What is your sense of self? They'd be clueless. They'd be like, well, I'm this job, I'm this identity, I'm this person, I'm a family man, I have a car, I have a house, I do all these materialistic things. But really, if you were to eliminate those materialistic variables, if you're not your job, if you're not your family or your partner, who are you really at your core? What's left when you can't look to the external variables that prove your sense of self? Some people feel totally empty. They feel like there's nothing to support their sense of individuality when it comes to eliminating their attachment to all things externally of them. And so when it comes to changing our perspective, again, I think we need to understand, what is our perspective of ourselves? Can we view the world in a loving way that is free of attachment? Can we perceive ourselves as this vehicle of change, or do we feel like we need to be one version of ourselves? So when it comes to personal development, we need to look at the individual as somebody who's either conforming to this past template of what they thought was reality, or are they this individual that's open to fluid change? Are they open to accessing higher states of consciousness by eliminating the connection to the self, almost embodying the no self? And that's the experience people have when they do psychedelic adventures and they, maybe try ayahuasca or do a mushroom journey, and they experience this sense of melting into the one, which is usually such a loving, deep, and beautiful experience, just because they're losing the attachment to all the falsity, all the conditioning, all the biases, everything that is really not genuine about the character of their sense of self. And so when it comes to how can we tap into those new perspectives, we need to question, who are we really at our core? What if all of this stuff that we believe is our reality, all these labels that we prescribe ourselves, all these things that we think we have to be attached to, what if all of that is only present because we think that's the only way to be? And maybe we can choose to question our notion of what even is real. Are we really these people that we have constructed ourselves to be in this avatar game of our simulated experience? Or maybe we're just a soul that's trying to maneuver through reality in a way that's either loving or is a bit confused because we didn't receive that experience of love. So that's where it all begins. I think if people can't perceive the ability to change, it's because they've forgotten their soul in the mix, and they're too busy living a reality that they think they need to be experiencing because that's their human self, looking for conformity or maybe complacency given what they have been able to achieve materialistically. So I think we should talk about that deeper quest for how can we tap into the soul? How can we clear that slate by just understanding if we are consciousness, we can create any experience we want to create. So why not create the most loving, integrative, and beautiful experience by just realizing that we don't need to live in this duality. We're actually not trapped by anything unless we think that we are. In turn, we're just creating that trap for ourselves.
So much that we just opened up there that we can spend the rest of this podcast, and we will, diving into breaking up